Suraj Venjaramoodu. Oh my god. Hello guys, I'm Nona Prince and I am back. And today we'll be talking about the Malayalam film which is recommended so many times by you guys. Android Kunjappan version 5.25. I'm sure I pronounced that wrong because in the movie they were saying it very differently. So I'm sorry for that. It's a comedy drama film written and directed by Ratheesh Balakrishnan Poduval, starring Suraj Venjaramoodu, Soubin Shahir, Saiju, Kurup, Kendy, Zirdo, and many more. That was Suraj, the same guy from Thondi Mutlam Saksham. I still cannot believe it. Anyways, let's talk about the film first. I have mixed feelings about it. Now, the first thing that really struck me was how well this whole setup was. The story, the characters, their motivations, all of this was set up so clearly. Now, Bhaskara Poduval, an 80-year-old man, according to Wikipedia, he's conservative, he's stubborn, he's egoistic, while being disciplined and self-dependent. But as he's getting older, he needs assistance, he needs help, and he cannot stay self-dependent for long. Through the film, we learn that he feels lonely. He has this big house with so many rooms, but there are only two people living there. That means a lot of family members left, and he didn't because he wanted to stay in his hometown, which he says to his son also that you should not leave. And he doesn't want his son to leave. He wants him to be next to him. He doesn't want him to take jobs outside. And because of that, after every few months, the son have to leave his job. His son Subrahmannyan or Chappan, he's not happy with that. He's 34, not married, doesn't have a stable job yet. He wants to take care of his aged father, but he also wants to work because he has potential. Now the villagers are also not happy with Bhaskaran because he doesn't mind his own business, and they are happy to see him leave the village. Now the major theme of the film and the conflict is very common in other films too, that the father is aged, no one to take care of him, son wants to take care of him, but he wants to do something of his own too, and both have different ideologies and they are clashing. And that's a very good conflict. It's a father-son story and it ends up at who's more selfish. In this case, particularly the father. Now the son wants to take care of him, but he also wants to do something because of the potential. He has done mechanical engineering, he's getting good job offers, but he's unable to take them. And all of this is very well set up in the first 30 minutes. We also see him getting home nurse for him, but it doesn't work out and we get a lot of laughter through that. Now as I said, we have seen this setup many times in different films. And if I want to take example of a Malayalam film, it will be Ustad Hotel. If you haven't seen my review, go check it out. It was not directly this, but it had that theme too. Now what this film does different is its concept itself, introducing a robot in the story, making it sci-fi, making it fresh and new. A character is introduced who's alienated to all of this and asks questions. Is very common, and we have seen that in PK, where an alien comes to India. And this film, we have a robot who's alien to our customs or traditions in Kerala. And this concept enables you to bring a lot of funny moments in the story. In the story, Bhaskaran goes and gets his horoscope checked, takes him to a tailor to get him clothes, and that whole municipality thing that they don't have a NOC, so they have to take the robot with them. And I like that nothing is forced in the films. Everything that happens makes sense. And that's what Malayalam cinema does. It does simplest of things. We think of a robot and we think of so many big things that can happen in a film, right? Explosions, fighting, all of that. But it's not the Tamil robot. Malayalam cinema keeps it simple and I love that. A robot is in a village. What are the simplest of things that would happen, and this film depicts that. And it's cute. Now if you're enjoying this video, do hit the like button because when you do that, YouTube promotes this video and more people can watch it. Also consider subscribing and the bell icon to get notification whenever new video drops. Thank you. Now I noticed some minute details in the film which adds local flavor and makes the film relatable. You know, something like when a character is just walking, he takes a small run up and acts as if he's bowling or batting in the air. The friends making fun of him being a mechanical engineer. It's very hard for you to find a girl, find a job. We all have played those jokes on our engineering friends. In the beginning when they're doing that ritual where the guy's dad has passed away, you know, the commentary going on, people talking about how many rice balls he should make for his father. It's been 14 days, but he eats a lot, you know, all of that. These things feel very random, but they add a lot of flavor to the film. Now there were a lot of funny moments throughout the film. Sometimes they worked, many times it didn't. It was more like I didn't find it humorous. And why I think they were supposed to be funny because the way they were edited and the music behind it. It feels like, oh, it was time for me to laugh, but I didn't understand it. Maybe it was a cultural thing and I didn't get the joke. Quite possible. Now there was plenty of social commentary throughout the film, commenting on caste and religion. And in a way, it is supposed to be a satire, like PK. You know, you have a robot here and you're using it to call out the bullshit people believe in. But I felt that there were some sequences which were just on the nose and very preachy for my taste. But I understand that this film is for a bigger audience and for them this will work, but not for me. As I said in the beginning, you know, Bhaskar is very conservative. He believes in caste system. Every time a new home nurse comes, he asks for the caste. Is it upper caste or lower caste? but by the end, with his relationship with the robot, he abandons it. The villagers had a big part in the film. We kept going to them at equal intervals, and we had this fixed set of characters which we got to know more about them throughout the film, and having them added to the story, the characters and the place. You feel that this place exists and there are people around with different thought process and thinking, and many of them are jealous of Chappan because he has achieved so much. He went to Russia, he has such a good paying job, and these guys got left behind. And there are a lot of comedy scenes with these characters too. Now as the film progressed, it became slower and started to lose me. It started to become inconsistent, and in the second half just too many things were happening. The love angle for both father and son just dragged it out. The logic was just left behind in the end. That office scene in Russia where Chappan attacks his boss, like, come on guys, come on, why? The same thing could have been done in a mature way, but that scene just put me out of the film. I didn't get why that guy was after the robot, just unnecessarily making someone a villain. And at the end they just left the robot in the forest. Like, come on, you came back for the robot, you have to deliver it back, and you just left it there. Makes no sense. It feels like they forgot they have to give back the robot, and they're like, hey guys, you forgot the robot, go back, take it, you have to give it back, come on. Like, you know, after the whole setup in the beginning, I didn't like where the story went. You know, the same things which this film did could have been achieved in a much better way because there were so many possibilities for this story. You know, the whole Bhaskaran and robot relationship, the dilemma at the end he has with who's his son, the theme of love and care. They did bring it up sometimes, you know, the definition of love, what it is, but the philosophy was very surface level. I was just confused at the end that what is the message? What are you trying to say at the end? It felt like an unclear conclusion. But again, the concept was fabulous. Not a perfect film at all, but I would applaud for the attempt. Special shout out to the production designers and costume designers. The robot look was really good. Also shout out to Suraj Telakar, who was inside that costume of the robot. I wasn't sure while watching the film that is it a real robot or is it a costume, but I was still confused. I was doubting it, and that shows how well done it was. Now coming to the acting, Suraj Venjaramoodu. Oh my god, he just blew my mind. The first 5 minutes I didn't even recognize him, and when I did, I couldn't believe it's him. And every time he came on the screen, I was doubting myself. Is it him? No, he cannot be the guy from Thondi Mutlam. No, but he is. No, he is. I was just amazed. What a transformation. And he's just 44 and he looks so old. What a class performance. It's not just the transformation, even the way he portrayed this character of Bhaskaran. Amazing. You know, all the attributes about Bhaskaran I stated in the beginning of the video. There's no character in the film talking about Bhaskaran and describing him. No, I got all of that from his performance. That's how good Suraj was. And I think he overpowered everyone in the film. Even the film itself, Soubin was overshadowed. Totally. I didn't even pay attention to his performance. And you know, I would remember the film not for the story or the robot, but for Suraj. That's how great a performance he delivered. So guys, that was it. A mixed bag, but enjoyed watching the film. So guys, thank you for watching. If you like this, hit the thumbs up button, share this video, let me know in the comments your thoughts. If you haven't subscribed yet, check out the videos, and if you like them too, do consider subscribing, and I'll see you next time.